Hello, everyone. My name is Jake Puzycki, and I'm here all the way from Bethlehem to talk about my company, Connect Forward. But before we start, I'd like to have each of you reflect on the successes of your career. Specifically, I'd like to ask you to reflect on the people in your life that have made you successful, the people you've aspired to be like, the people that have given you a vision of success that you can relate to as you move forward. And now I'd like you to imagine what your life would be like if those people were missing. Because for many of America's 30 million middle and high school students, this is a very stark reality. They're people that their vision of success is not mirrored in their role models. They don't have people in their immediate communities that understand what matters to them, understand what it takes to be successful, and they want to be in the way they want to be successful. And so they're limited to a bubble, right? Their ideas of what they can aspire to is set back by what their notions of what's normal in the communities that surround them, whether it's small town America, suburbia, or the inner city. I spent the past year talking to inner city teachers from Philadelphia, but also from Newark, and I found that almost all of them tell me that their students want to grow up to be rappers or basketball players, right? And this makes a lot of sense when you think about the fact that these are the role models they've aspired to, these people that they look up to and see have made it from their communities and have been successful. These are the people they can relate to. And if one very shocking interview I had with a Newark teacher, he said, they tell our students to shoot for the moon, but how are they supposed to shoot for the moon if they've never even seen the sky? They have a lack of role models in their communities. Now, but you see the same thing actually happening in suburbia too. You have students who actually have role models of people who have been successful as doctors or lawyers or engineers, and so these students are going off to college to become doctors, lawyers, and engineers. But this is also a bubble, right? These might not be the things that these students are interested in, which is why over 50% of students are going to college and changing their majors, at least once, often as many as 3 times, resulting in extra years of school and all of those problems associated with that, because they're still in a bubble. They're still not exposed to role models who are successful in the way that they want to be successful. And the guidance counselors aren't able to help. We've seen this problem being present in the news, and it's not, when you look at the stats, it's obvious. Not only are they overworked, the national average is 471 students to 1 counselor, but they're focused on SATs, ACTs, they're focused on college prep. They're not focused on helping students find careers that they're passionate about, right? And so these students aren't able to see visions of success in the way that they can relate to. They're unable to see what they're capable of because they're stuck on what's normal in their communities. And that's where Connect Forward comes in. Connect Forward is a platform of real people. Imagine a search engine where LinkedIn meets Humans of New York. Right? When you're looking to explore what a career looks like through the eyes of real people that have been there, real people who are in those careers, people like you, right, who are working careers and know what it's actually like to be a doctor or a lawyer or a shop clerk or a musician. Not all musicians live in boxes on the street, despite what my mom told me when I was in 8th grade. Right? We have a prototype-ready site. Imagine you go to the site and you type in, I'm interested in new ideas, right? Then the profiles of people, anyone who in their career description talks about, I'm working with new ideas, or I'm a problem solver, whatever it is that they're interested in, comes up, and you can learn about people like me. You can see that as an entrepreneur, right? We spend a lot more time answering email than we'd like to admit. Right? Or you can look back at my education and see that in middle school, I actually was really short and nerdy and loved dragons and didn't have any friends, right? But then also that in high school, I grew 6 inches in one summer and then went on to become the homecoming king, right? So you can see this transformation that happened in my life. You can see that in my childhood, I had I had issues with my family, or you can see that the things that are important to me, the things that I value, and then the advice that I have for the future. You can see that I'm a real person as an entrepreneur, someone they can aspire to, and I could be a role model for white kids in small town areas that are bullied in high school and wear Indiana Jones hats to school every day because they think they're cool, right? But you can imagine how that works for that demographic, but you can also imagine how it works for everyone else in these communities in the inner city. And so where we're at, we're prototype ready, and we're moving forward. We're building it through WordPress. You can see that our site, you can build a profile if you want. It's a little bit clunky, but it works. And we're still working on it now. I'll be working on it full-time in June. And what we're looking for is people that have experience selling to schools, people that understand what that's like. We have a couple of different business models we're playing around with. We want to see what will really work. We're also looking for a developer. I've spent the past 2 years in education. I had a degree in physics. I just graduated on Monday with a master's in entrepreneurship and engineering from Lehigh University. Thank you. But I need a WordPress developer, someone to help me with the site. And we're looking for people in Philly that really care about working with these kids and really want to help these students become greater versions of themselves, since we'd love to work with you too as we're moving forward. Thank you so much.